entertainment-related new, entertainment-related discussion. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do our review for Monday Night Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania. And of course, after the controversy of WrestleMania's main event, a lot of people were looking to see if there might be some answers to many questions regarding the results. And we did find out late yesterday. Now, I did my WrestleMania review early in the morning. I didn't get to put it up till later on in the afternoon, but I did speculate in that video that perhaps Brock Lesnar signed an extension or some sort of deal, and it turns out that was the case. So that's probably why he won, I'm guessing, and we'll see if he ends up putting over the belt to Reigns at the Greatest Royal Rumble later on this month. But let's talk about last night's Raw, which I thought was pretty good. The opening was okay. Like, you know, I don't care to see. I don't understand why these shows have to open with like a promo instead of a match. But anyway, we basically got to see Ronda Rousey put Stephanie in an armbar again, and that was exciting to see, especially after last Sunday night's match that involved the tag team with Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. But moving on beyond that, we got our first match of the night, which was Nia Jax against Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, and her secret tag team partner was the debut of Ember Moon, who got called up from the NXT roster, and that was pretty good. She definitely showcased her style and her high-flying abilities, her athletic ability, which is really good, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm not an Ember Moon fan. It doesn't mean I hate her. I don't hate her. I haven't seen enough of her to like her, so I'm hoping now I'll get to see a lot of her. I do watch the NXT, but I don't watch it weekly. I've been mainly watching the takeovers. So, and I remember seeing her during the Royal Rumble and all that. So I'm excited to see what she's gonna do. I thought overall it was a good match, primarily showcasing Ember. I mean, Nia wasn't in the match that much, but then again, she doesn't need to be. So, you know, she obviously, we all know she can dominate. So then we had another debut. This one was from No Way Jose, another NXT call-up wrestler I'm not familiar with, again. You know, so I can't say much about him except that I don't know if that act is going to work on the main roster. We saw something similar to this. The name of the wrestler escapes me, but it was a couple of years back, and that didn't work out too well. So we'll see how this goes. He basically fought a jobber and finished him rather swiftly, so that was okay. That was, you know, that was okay. Then we got part one of basically two matches tonight that are leading to the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. We saw a segment where Braun Strowman and Nicholas had to relinquish the titles because of Nicholas's scheduling conflict. So that was pretty funny, which led to the first part of this little mini tournament going on. And this was Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows versus the Revival. Honestly, I didn't even care. I like Anderson and Gallows, but they've been treated like crap, and then on top of that, they lost this. I'm not big on the Revival. I mean, they're okay. I don't know. I don't care about these two tag teams, really. So I don't, no. Then it was nice. We got to see Seth Rollins come out and get his little moment celebrating. Of course, then he gets interrupted again by Finn Balor, who comes out with these corny ass smiles. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It just seems so dumb to me. Like, here's this guy. He's a badass wrestler. He's crazy athletic. And, you know, he was the Demon King. And I know we don't see that gimmick much anymore. Only on certain occasions. But now he comes out with this smile. And I don't know. It definitely doesn't take away from his wrestling ability. But I don't know. It takes away from his badassery, in my opinion. So then he comes out, he interrupts, and he's talking about how he wants, you know, that Reigns didn't beat him, he beat The Miz, so on and so forth. Then, of course, The Miz comes out, and The Miz is always great on the mic, and he's talking about how he's mad at Balor or Rollins and Rollins because they made his little girl cry because when his wife was watching, you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, you saw, but basically his wife was watching WrestleMania holding the baby, And when The Miz lost, the baby saw it. She cried. His wife cried. He cried. And then he looked at Rollins and Balor and said, "You two made my little girl cry." It was just so funny. It was just great, great stuff. And then we got a surprise from Jeff Hardy, who came out to complete what looked like was going to be a 3-on-2. Now he made it a 3-on-3. And that segment turned into last night, I should say, main event, which included a 6-man tag between the two groups. But we'll get to that in a moment. So yeah, that was really cool. It was great to see Jeff back. So far, it was just a lot of good returns and debuts. Then we got another Absolution, Sasha Banks. No one cares. And of course, they're going to continue carrying on this feud between Bayley and Sasha. But the main thing here was Paige's announcement that she's retiring, making it official, which is unfortunate. You know, Paige has been around for a while, and even in between all the controversies, she was always pretty popular among the female wrestlers. And it was sad. It was sad to see. I mean, she's very young. She's only been in the business for, what, they said 4 or 5 years. And it was nice that WWE and I guess herself decided to wait and ride out her announcement until she got back to where she debuted, which was New Orleans. And I thought that the crowd was very endearing. And I thought it was a nice segment. You know, it was nice to kind of let her close the book. And who knows? Who knows? 3 years down the road, I mean, we've seen miracles before. Daniel Bryan was at WrestleMania on Sunday. So who knows? Maybe she'll get to come back. She's still very young. Things can happen. So then we get Elias coming in, who just had, I mean, he had to get the largest pop of the night. And even during his insults, the crowd was chanting, "We deserve it." And they're just responding. So even he was surprised a couple of times. He had this look on his face like, wow. And but that was short-lived, as the debut, aka or the return of Bobby Lashley, who came out and must have held this guy upside down for like 30 seconds in a suplex position. The crowd popped. They were very happy to see him. He looks incredible. And I remember Bobby Lashley. He was there at the tail end of my WWE viewing end. Like, you know, he was still rather fresh when I got to that part of my life where I kind of started to stop watching wrestling. So he's been around a long time, and it's going to be exciting to see him and how they work him into the rosters and how he's going to be booked. So that was really cool. Then we got another debut from NXT, and this one was the Authors of Pain versus Rhino and Heath Slater. And this was a quick match. Authors of Pain just tore him up. I don't even think Rhino got into the match. And then, oddly enough, the Authors of Pain left their manager, which I thought was really weird. I thought this kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if that's going to go anywhere. I don't know if their manager is going to go manage somebody else, but we'll see what happens there. But the match was just, I mean, it was too short-lived to even try and, to even try and analyze or review. So then we got Roman Reigns coming out. Of course, the world boos him. Still the same thing. He came out a little bit on I got the sense of a crybaby thing. But then we got a big surprise, and Samoa Joe came out and gave a fantastic promo and just verbally tore up Roman Reigns, embarrassed him. And the crowd started chanting failure at Roman Reigns, and I don't know. It's going to be tough to sell Roman Reigns with all these great stars coming back and coming up. But we'll see where WWE does there. But Joe he just ripped him. I mean, and he's going to be facing him at Backlash. So if Roman Reigns happens to have the belt going into Backlash, that could be a title match, potentially. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Then we got the surprise tag team for the other portion of this tournament. Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt defeated Titus Worldwide. I thought it was a really fun match. You can see the delete thing is just, the whole crowd were so into that. And especially when Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy started saying wonderful and clapping for, I think it was Apollo Crews, who I don't know if he did a flip or something, but they both started clapping and the crowd started clapping with him, and I thought that was really fun. So, and they won. The Hardy and Wyatt won, so they're moving on. So that's very exciting. So then we see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, as many predicted, including myself, that they would show up on Raw, but it wasn't going to be as easy as I thought it would be. They were told that they could either go to TNA as a tag team, or they can compete for one spot on the roster of Raw, and the other one would have to basically go away. It was a really good match that turned out to be a double count out. So we'll see where that goes. Then finally we had the main event, which was Jeff Hardy, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor versus The Miz and the Miztourage. Before that match started, we saw Jeff Hardy interact with his Woken brother and his new Woken illegitimate brother, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt referring to him as Brother Nero. Jeff Hardy doing his own Woken speech. He tells Matt Hardy, "I assume your voicemail was deleted," and it's just really cool. It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with Jeff Hardy. I'm wondering if there's just going to be a faction, the Woken Hardys, and Bray Wyatt's part of that faction, where they're going to go with that. Should be interesting. The match, excuse me, the match itself was really good, very entertaining, and then at the end, basically, Jeff Hardy, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor all got to do their finishers twice on the Miztourage, and it was a good match. It was fun, a lot of fun. You know, these are some of the greatest stars that WWE has in terms of obviously Rollins and Balor, and the veteran Jeff Hardy, and The Miz. While definitely not on the tier of those three in wrestling, he's an acceptable wrestler, but he's great on the mic, and he really knows how to work the crowd. So I thought it was a good Raw. It was very fun, a lot of good surprises, a lot of good things to look forward to, and we'll see how SmackDown goes tonight. That should be fun too. So anyway, guys, if you watched Raw, what did you think? Let me know in the comment below. And until next time, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Click here to watch more content, or you can click here to become an E.T.N patron. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also, make sure you like and share this video. If you want to know when the next video is up, click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And most of all, make sure to click that subscribe button for regular content.